This is a very significant announcement, the resignation of these two bishops following the resignation of 5 other bishops in June. And those bishops tendered their resignation in June, just a month after Pope Francis called all the Chilean bishops to the Vatican for an emergency conference. And right after that, all of them tendered their resignation. Obviously, not all of them were accepted, but now we've seen 7 resignations go ahead. There were no reasons given for today's 2 resignations, but this is really significant, particularly the Chilean sexual abuse crisis. We know Pope Francis is dealing with crises in several different countries, from the US to Ireland to Germany and Australia. But Chile has been particularly significant because Pope Francis went out of his way earlier in the year to downplay the allegations by abuse victims, questioning whether there was any truth in it, and later was forced to apologise and say that he had been misinformed and given the wrong information. He then went on to meet 3 victims from Chile at the Vatican, and one of those victims today, Juan Carlos Cruz, has already tweeted his response, saying this decision to accept the resignations today is bringing joy to everyone in Chile. And that gives you some indication of just how significant this crisis is, particularly in the Chilean Catholic Church.
Now, as you pointed out there, the Pontiff is dealing with multiple cases of sex abuse scandals right across the globe. So how is this affecting his papacy?
Well, there's no doubt that this scandal is, and how he responds to it ultimately, is going to really define his papacy, even though we know many aspects of Pope Francis and his actual desire to keep poverty and migration and issues like that on the agenda. The sex abuse crisis has taken over all the other issues at the Vatican, and in particular he has been implicated himself. Claims that we've had recently that he was complicit in the cover-up of allegations affecting the former Archbishop of Washington, Cardinal Theodore McCarrick, who was forced to resign in June. Pope Francis so far has not fully responded to those allegations. He's about to leave on an official trip tomorrow to Estonia, Lithuania and Latvia. And the world will be watching, Catholics around the world will be watching to see if he makes any further statements about sexual abuse, and in particular those very damaging allegations that came from Archbishop Carlos Maria Vigano, who alleged that the Pope himself had been protecting the abuser, Cardinal McCarrick.
Josephine McKenna, thank you.